All right, hey, welcome back. So I hear the word freedom and I think of a huge, broad, somewhat esoteric type subject, right? There's a lot of baggage that goes along with that, especially in America where we have our 4th of July and we have this huge celebration of freedom, right? So, what does freedom actually mean for us in our daily lives? It means that we get to have the freedom of choice, we get to choose what we do. We the freedom of religion, we have freedom of speech, freedom of the press, etc., etc. So we have these freedoms, uh, and the part that I was starting to think about was the fact that no matter what we choose, there's always a consequence attached to that. So it's not necessarily that we have the freedom to do whatever we want. I mean, technically we do, but there will always be a consequence associated with it. When I was younger, I chose instant gratification over anything else, and I had my freedoms taken away from me in a very real sense. But I learned from that. It took me a little while to learn that my actions have consequences. I mean, they could be positive consequences, but they're consequences nonetheless. Right? So if I choose to dedicate the rest of my month to writing my research paper, I'm going to have a consequence of a really good grade, hopefully. But I'm also going to have a consequence that I'm not going to be able to go out as much as I might want to. Maybe I'm not going to be able to stay up till midnight every night watching Netflix or playing Minecraft. The thing is that I have to make an informed decision if I want to have the life that I want to live. So, how do I make that informed decision? And the way that I found in my life to make that informed decision was to write it out. Write out goals that I wanted, whether it was a weekly goal, daily goal, monthly goal, 5-year goal, right? I had to figure out what my direction was. So I wrote down those goals. And in addition to writing down those goals, I talked to people about it. I found my support system. I started telling them the things that I wanted so I could be held accountable in my actions and get the consequences and the life that I wanted. And over time, after putting one foot in front of the other every freaking day, I started getting this really beautiful, powerful life that I wanted. And so, in your life, I don't know if you've put much thought into what you want in each and every single day, but if you do, if you put forth that effort, it takes maybe 5 minutes just to think about what you want in your life. Write it down. It'll give you a whole new perspective on the world, on the life, on you, on what you want to do and how you want to do it, and the consequences that are okay with you. And so, steps that you might want to take, maybe, you don't have to, you definitely have freedom of choice, is to wake up every morning and to read them. Right? If you took 5 minutes over the weekend and wrote down a list of goals that you wanted, whether it's A in math class or to ask out the crush that you wanted or to get a new car, whatever it is, you write down that goal and then you find the little sub goals underneath it, right? Like, what do you want to do every day? And you wake up in the morning and you read that list. I would suggest reading it in the morning and night, but do whatever you're comfortable with and make it realistic, right? Because that's the key here is consistency. To get the life that you want, you have to move toward it. You have to build it. So when it comes to freedom, really, I always think about the opposite. The opposite is the consequences that go along with that freedom. And to remember that every choice I make has an equal or greater reaction to it, right? So that's what I got. Thanks for listening to me, and I hope you have a wonderful July. See you next month.